The cheese sandwich at the end of the line was particularly good. Those of you who have not heard Rod before or don't know our relationship, Rod is an attorney. We try not to hold that against him. He's a dear friend, has been involved with the organization for, going back to at least 1980, where are we? Mid-80s, early 80s, since before a lot of things were in place that are now. He helped us through a lot of the transitions and continues to offer stage advice, both personal, professional, and legal, which is invaluable to us. Those of you that have had occasion to have to visit someone from the legal profession, a lawyer, an attorney, know that it can be quite costly, quite expensive. Keep in mind, a lot of the stuff we're doing is some pretty big, high-power stuff. So there can be high cost associated with that, yet Rod does everything he does for us pro bono. Rod's going to get up here and talk about how great you all are and how wonderful it is that you put your time into this. And that's true, and I don't mean to minimize that. And he is very genuine and sincere when he says that. Unfortunately, he never pats himself on the back. And, you know, much like the people you care about, you want to make sure that they're okay. We need to make sure Rod's okay because he does an awful lot for us, and he's not one to stand up and talk about it, so we need to make sure that y'all do. If and when, I mean, much like we said with the insurance stuff earlier, if you need an attorney, you might as well use one that's a friend, that does something for our organization and for motorcycling, that knows a little bit about what our needs are and what happens to us, and is going to be there to support us. Additionally, I mean, if he was some schlep, that might not be enough. But he's one of the best attorneys in the nation, actually. Everywhere you look, there's Martin Hovendale that's a rating source. There's America's Top Lawyers. There's all these things. Anything that's a who's who of attorneys, he's got his picture there. He is a hell of an attorney. Does very well, will represent you well, helps our organization, and has an agreement to where, as an ABATE member through ABATE Legal Services, has one of the lowest contingency rate you'll find anywhere. So he only gets something if you win, and he gets less than anybody else is going to get, and he's good at it, and he's one of us. No reason to go anyplace else. It still just drives me nuts when we do have somebody that finds themselves in a situation, a personal injury accident or something, and they don't go through ABATE Legal Services, which is our program, and represented by Rod and his office and his staff. It's just crazy. Fortunately, it doesn't happen very often, but I just don't understand it when it does. So, not trying to dwell on this. This isn't a sales pitch. We get that once in a while. Oh, don't let us sit through commercials all day. That's not it, but it's about relationships. What do they say? It's not what you know, but who you know. Relationships, loyalty, support. That's what's built this organization. That's what's built the motorcycling community, the motorcycle rights movement, the SMROs across the nation, is the relationships that we've got with each other, for each other. So we need to make sure we continue to support those that support us, and we have no better supporter than you'll find in our next speaker, Rod Taylor.